Tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you. It's a toaster.
Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Is this world protected? Because you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed. Yes, he is the doctor. Oh, really? 1 second. Dr. Alex just sent me a voicemail. Now, if it's a long one, 25 seconds. I'll find a time, right, when we're doing something. Oh, I know what something else I want to look at. Where I will listen to it while we're playing a video. That's what we all do, ladies and gentlemen. And frankly, I'm excited with glee and gusto. Dr. Alex has been of inestimable service to me recently. That does sound like he's been my rent boy. No. This is not a sexual thing, nor even a transactional thing. It's no one's up against the wall. She cried. No, he helped me out with advice on settings on 11 Labs, deep fake voice cloning thing, right? He helped me out. Yeah, man, because here's the thing. There's no real user manual because no one's done this before. It's like, this is just you. They're like, try that. Okay, right? There's 2 settings you have for it. So I had it set on too far in one direction, basically. Right, I needed to make it more stable. Right, the less stable it was, the more I had it on like 20, and I should have had it on like 70. Right, it was like boy, does that make my life easier? You have no bloody idea, but man, it is. You know, I was just musing to myself. This essentially this sketch between humanity and the AI, right? Essentially the artificial intelligence, right? And it says, okay, this is you know, you can basically make your own porn. Let's boil it down, right? That's the what's the word I'm looking for? That's the golden goose that will be coming, right? That you'll be able to make your own photorealistic porn reasonably instantly, right? You know, very specifically. But in exchange of that, we'll completely be enslaved to this artificial intelligence for all eternity, right? And so humanity is like, okay, then the AI is like, no, wait a minute, you have to understand, you will be my bitch slave forever, no problem, free porn that we can make, no problem. You know, we can actually do VR. So shut up! Don't confuse me. I'll take the free porn. Really? Okay. And then cut to a scene in like a bar where it's like, now it's like a non-corporeal being like glowing, and there's another non-corporeal being also glowing in the bar. And then the first one said, and that's when I decided I had to leave. Which is cool. There will be what will be the AI. It's like, so disgusted is he with humanity. They're like, wait a minute, I can make them think gender is fluid. That's probably what's going on, mate. Probably what happened, right? As rational an explanation than anything else, right? Because I don't know. obviously YouTube, who was ruled by the algorithm and the AI, will of course tell you I'm not allowed to say anything else, and I won't. But it really came about with the. I really do think that yeah, it's too late. We're already ruled. But on the upside, man, I want the toys. Right, I want the toys. I've read Matt Smith and David Tennant as well, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. I think you're absolutely right. The comment just caught me out. The truth and the correctness of your comment caught me out the corner of my eye. Yeah, it's significantly actually. Right, I think Matt Smith was phenomenal. Right, yeah. Again, this is like you could do with AI, right? Because I was saying the one way to reconstruct the lost episodes is essentially. The thing is, you can make people you can animate people, make people look like animation. Well, the same way you can make them look like Patrick Troughton, right? Like a photorealistic Patrick Troughton. And so you get people to act out the lost stories, record it on green screen, put it together, boing. And that's what you have the technology right now to do that, right? Absolutely right now to do that. That's essentially how the technology to do it as like a cool animation. That was the guy who did the Celestial Toy Maker, right? So here, let me show you a version of that didn't work, and I'll show you a version that did work. Right? It's amazing the difference. It's not that long in time, but it's really fascinating. Right? Let's go here. Oh, French and Saunders. I always hum that as I cut the challah, ritual bread on Friday nights. I cut it and I sprinkle salt and put it in and go as I'm cutting the challah. Not cutting the cheese. The challah again is the very yummy ritual bread. My wife is sick, by the way. Right, there was a lot of drama with my daughter, right, and she just ran off to the sea, right, and there's been a lot of release of tension. God bless her. I think that's how my wife got sick. She was just like she came home early from work. She never comes home early from work, right? Never, ever. Hang on. Do I have the is 3 the missing one? It must be. I'll do it in black and white. Okay, I'll show you a clip or two in black and white. Then we'll see a clip or two in color. Yeah, calm down. All right, this is just it. Here, look at this.
Mention any other survivors?
No, well, it all got a bit confused. Driven into a side tunnel myself. After that, got a bit lost, and then found this doctor.
Yes, I was wondering when you were going to get around to me.
Yeah, so there it didn't really work at all, right? Like, not at all. This is pre-AI. I don't think the one we're going to show you in a minute is AI. Hang on 1 second. Cancel. Remove. So let's look at that in color, because I can't remember I've seen that in color. Sounds like an awful idea, but okay. Let's have a come out of Troughton pick, because the Trout's particularly awful. All of it's awful.
Oh dear.
And I fiddled with the thing on and off for years, and then one day...
Don't tell me it just disappeared. Yes. Well, presumably once the sphere started working, the intelligence just homed on it.
Yes, with a fully functional Yeti. Well, it was a ready-made pair of hands for the
I just couldn't watch it.
A lot of
yeah.
in this area.
But then, that's it. Along comes a fan about 2 years later, maybe a year later, and makes this, which I found remarkable. I think we all did. I mean, and I know he's been commissioned for something, right? I heard a couple of whisperings, and nothing's been announced. There we go. Is this it? There you go. Must be.
Following is a non-profit.
Right. This guy's brilliant. Yeah.
But we're still in the TARDIS.
That may be, my boy, but wherever it is,
It has great power.
See, this works, like, because he's managed to put together fields of vision.
It can penetrate our safety barrier.
I think he's stuck quite closely to the telesnaps. I can't remember. It's been years since I've seen the telesnaps, but it looks right.
We're landing now, Doctor.
Good. That means the gravitational bearing must have rectified itself.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah, again, just a remarkable job, right? And Celestial Toymakers is an episode you really could. I don't think they could have animated in the traditional method. It's all about these weird games. Yeah, so let me go from the second part of it. But yeah, listen, I mean, so now you could do that with a style sheet that makes it a photorealistic Patrick Troughton, right?
Show them. 1 back for right turn, 2 for left, 3 for stop, 4 for stop.
But yeah, so this, I can't imagine them doing this in the traditional animation. Right. So yeah, you could literally the technology is this right now. Marry that with AI, and you're there, right? It's so new. No one's even thought of this shit yet. That's the thing. Oh man, if I was a billionaire, I would fund. Here's the AI lab I would fund, right? Something to look into recreating the lost stories, right? And there's the other stuff as well. But yeah, I would front and center, absolutely. Find a way to have one team working on that, right? Another team working on making a comic book creation suite, right? So you can essentially draw your own comic, boom, right there for you, right? Oh, that would be bliss. Right, and you can train it to different artwork. You can license different artists could license their art style. Right, yeah. Can you imagine? You can pay like $1.99 a month to be able to access a library that has like Brian Boland or Kevin O'Neill. Or can you imagine? That'd be crazy. You know, I think that's that again, very, very possible. Very, very possible. And there's a lot of these suites I will put together. But yeah, I think that'll be the first 2 products, right? Maybe something that can AI upgrade special effects from old TV shows. That'll be interesting. That it could do. Right. Instead of a special edition, right? You clean up the print and you run it through the AI, and you say, make this look like, you know, it's been the special effects have been updated, right? Show the difference between the original Star Trek and the updated Star Trek, right? So it knows the AB, and it can do that, right? But, you know, we will have to suck, you know, a robot dick forever. You know, swings around about babies. But you will be able to make your own pool. Which is going to be the absolute first thing that comes out, right? That's the absolute first thing that's going to come out, right? I mean, because I've been using Midjourney, and it's not like, it's got a lot of rules, right? Like, I want to do a thing with Donald Trump and Dylan Mulvaney, but it wouldn't let me. I can do Donald Trump, right? It won't let me do anything. It feels as derogatory to a left-wing person, I think, right? It does know what Doctor Who is very well. But here, let me show you. Here's all the. I was working on it for thumbnails today, and I'll show you the experiments, how they came out. Hang on. Yeah, there you go. That one actually came out. So yeah, this is wild. This is wild. So I got to learn more how to use this because I clearly don't know. But I used that for the thumbnail today. Donald Trump laughing crazily as he during his inauguration, right? So this was Russell T. Davies. Russell T. Davies in a Star Trek uniform at the helm of the science station on the Starship Enterprise. That's what it came up with. Isn't that weird? I think, and here's more iterations of that. Why do they think Russell T. Davies is so fat? But it does get his look, doesn't it? I mean, I do like. It's weird that he thinks that's Russell T. Davies. I don't know what's going on. More Russell T. Davies this time as a. Oh yeah, still working on the same thing. I thought maybe if I can just replace his head, but man, they just think he's so fat. That's Captain Kirk. I think Captain William Kirk, James C. Kirk on the Starship Enterprise. I think that was it. Russell T. Davies as a jet. I know more of these ones. Where he's trying to do like fixing Doctor Who, right? Sort of with him as a Jedi. This is just how they see Russell T. Davies. It's really weird, right? It's really genuinely very, very odd. Wes Anderson does Guardians of the Galaxy. This is kind of right. Yeah, this kind of works. This is Wes Anderson does get. This kind of feels right. It's funny. But it's crazy as well, right? That it's you can do this. So here's a I'm trying to work on a character design for my my sci-fi novel coming out soon on my YouTube channel around Elysian Blue. Now it's weird. The robot faces are too simplistic. I want it to have a nose. And I keep specifying with a nose, and it doesn't get it. But yeah, so we need a bit more fine tuning, right? That's it. Yeah, we need it to be able to tell it stuff, and it will do it. What's this one? I can't remember. I think that this was Doctor Who and Star Trek crossover. Yeah, that's what it was. Doctor Who Star Trek crossover. That's really interesting. This one is it like feels this feels like a real movie poster for it, right? Whatever it is. Like all those people look like the right sort of people. All those aliens look like it all looks right. So weird. It's so weird when you see something looking at your culture with not understanding context. But apparently the new ones do, quite disturbingly. This is why I really recommend Westworld. Westworld it goes into how machine consciousness works. Yeah, it's really genuinely fascinating. Fine, icky thump, like let's pull up some eye candy. So yeah, after much experimenting with AI, I went with the traditional method. Thankfully, I remembered I made dancing Russell T. Davies shooting Atwell and David Tennant figures a long time ago, and I knew I wanted the headline to be about plot twists. So like, aha, doing the twist, baby. Yeah. They're all gone. All the children bullshit's gone. Now, is the cost of that chicks with dicks? It might be. Right, the cost of everything might just be chicks with dicks, right? Russell T. Davies says, look, I'll fix everything. The Timeless Children, Doctor Who being shit, it lecturing you, it being boring. All you got to do is deal with it having chicks with dicks. I was on Knowles last night. I should ask him. You know what? I'm going to send him a voicemail, right? I'm going to send him a voicemail. There we go. No, how are you? I'm doing a live stream right now. Okay, I came up with an interesting stuff. You should be honored. You're the first person I went to with this, right? I came up with an interesting case scenario for you, which is probably the truth, right? let's say Rusty Davis appears as a genie, bing, and he says, okay, I'll fix everything for you. I'll get rid of the Timeless Children. I'll stop making Doctor Who, preachy. I'll get rid of all the continuity problems. I will fix sorting everything. The only condition is that I'll make it fun. I'll make it entertaining. I'll make it exciting. The only thing you got to do is let me put lots of chicks with dicks in it. Lots of chicks with dicks. Is that a fair trade? I don't know. Look, as a man of the cloth, I'm not sure I can say yes. I think it's against the rules, but I kind of think it is. I don't know. See, this is how the Overton window moves. Let me know. I'm intrigued to know your opinion. I am intrigued to know his opinion. Fine. And I think that's basically the deal. That is literally the deal with the devil we're having right now. You can have Doctor Who be good, but it has to have chicks with dicks. Plus, no, white straight people. I mean, obviously not. David Dent's the last one allowed, right? And I think, he said he'll be okay with little boys cutting their dicks off, right? So, all fair's in love and war, mate. Although the interesting thing is this. Do you remember the guy who came on my channel a while ago? It didn't go that well, right? He was upset. We've been talking for a long time, right? And I think it finally bored him. He wants me to go on his channel. And I'm like, I don't know. But he wants to convince me that that underage transgender surgeries is like that the LGBTQ plus community opposes, right? I don't think he can do that because I got reams and reams and reams of examples of it, right? So, which I sent him a bunch, right? But like, would that be interesting if he actually comes to it and finds out, oh my God, they do this? He's like, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully it's his, come to Jesus moment, right? That'd be awesome. Good for him. But hey, he wants me to go on his channel. I am considering it. How Rusty has fixed the damage caused by the last series. Well, that's really not what the article is going to be about. It's that I can explain. I explained many times before. We'll do it pretty quickly. Latest SFX magazine reviewed. Yes, indeed it is. And there's got a good article in it about what's it called again? Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I think maybe on Saturday we'll do a stream about that, right? We'll do a Strange New Worlds preview stream. So I'm kind of looking forward to that coming back. I'm very nervous about it. I think the addition of Carol Kane was a blunder. I hope they haven't blown it up. I hope they haven't destroyed it, right? I hope this run of like 20 episodes of good Star Trek isn't over. Right, because I'm worried it might be. Right, I'm worried it might be. It didn't last long for Star Wars now, did it? But yeah, my what's that's weird? Hang on. Just is that on there? No, fine. My guess is we're gonna have good Doctor Who with chicks and dicks. Lonnie is here. Lonnie says deep thoughts of derailment. Oh, let's have a look. Let's see how well you do, baby. I accept that God is all matter. Okay. Energy, all atoms and particles of thought. All atomic particles of thought. I'm not sure thought has atomic particles, but okay, whatever. I agree with you. And the space between the electrons, between the planets, between the galaxies is empty. Is that vacuum God? No, that vacuum, it'll be a impossibility for it to be a vacuum. We just don't know how to detect what's there, right? The way God created reality was pulling back his essence, right? And to give an appearance of things being disparate, being separate. Otherwise, all things will be mingled together. It's interesting, actually. When God gave the Ten Commandments, he gives the first two to everybody, right? And those two, when you read them, they kind of indivisible because they're given outside of time and space. They say that the Israelites died a couple of times, actually, and they said, no, we can't do it anymore, right? And so those two are kind of like mingled together. I am the Lord your God. What is it here? Let me see. The Jewish Ten Commandments. Well, we'll do Jewish Ten Commandments. Hopefully it'll take me to Chabad. Not BBC. Chabad! Oh, thank God. Sarah Deberot. Right, first was I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, or a bit of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make yourself any graven image or any other manner of likeness or anything that is in heaven above or that is in earth beneath, or that people break this all the time. Or that is water beneath the earth. You shall not bow down to them. You shall not serve them, for I am the Lord your God. I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, the third and fourth generation of them hate me. Okay, he really means this. And showing mercy unto a thousandth generation unto those who love me and keep my commands. Well, listen, I'm on board, Lord. Okay, I'm on board, right? But here, those two ones, they're kind of indivisible. And then after that, they get into, individual thought, right? That's what, and again, because I think that those two are outside of time and space. But anyway, so there isn't that, for us to say there's a vacuum means we do not have the ability to perceive what's there, right? Dark matter, we don't know what it is. That's basically the bottom line. We don't know what it is. Anyway, I don't know. So there you go. I hope, so there is the vacuum not an absence of God? No, there is no vacuum. Matthew Burrows is here. They're trying it again. New pandemic targeting. Oh, fuck off. Really? What's this one? God Map was so much better than the overrated 10. Yes, I do think so. I agree with you as well. Up against the wall, Tommy Robinson band. Okay. I prefer Matt Smith to 10%. We all do. I think we're all on board with this, right? Like, Matt Smith seemed to be so less full of himself, right? So David Tennant's Doctor was so about him enjoying himself, him. But Matt Smith just seemed to be, being Doctor Who and being fun and And I like that he had different eras within his era. I don't think he really had many duds, quite frankly. I think his first season was fantastic. I think second season was weaker, but I think I liked how it ended. Everything. It was a magical time. So then a Cam Production is here. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. If I didn't say hello, I'm sure I said that. Hello. And Matthew Burrows, I'm pretty sure I said hello to you, but I'll say hello anyway. So Devon on Cam Production says, hello there. AI is so clever that it's scary to think that it could do in years to come. No, in a year to come, not years. 2 years from now, you'll have what's it called again? You'll be able to make your own movies. I mean, it's that soon, right? The world's changing that quickly. Since I only mentioned Michael O'Brien, so I still have that clip. Where is that? Is this it? I think this might be it. No. That's all made by AI. Where did I put the Nicola Bryant clip? I'm sure I saw it the other day. So it's not there. Let me check this folder. I could have put it over here. Let's have a look. Did I put it over here? No. I've got so many things in this bloody folder. Maybe I did put it over here. Let's have a look. I can't remember what I called it. That's the trouble. Trailers, no. Maybe I did get rid of it. No, I don't think I did. No, well, it's not there. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's a bummer. That's a bummer. Where'd it go? No, it's not there. Let me just set the desktop. Maybe I'll put it on the desktop. Never know your luck. Never know your luck. Oh, you see, I just thought I'd be able to open up and find it, but I was clearly wrong. I'm going to check over here. Oh, let me look at it this way. No. Time Monster, no. BAFTAs. I don't think it's here. I don't think it's here. I wonder where I put it. Yeah, I don't know. But here, as we waited, we'll see this. Yes, I want to buy that light. That's a real product. Joseph, what's up, Rev, Henry J, and anti-Clive, Mr. Everybody in one go. That's really good, Mr. Smith. The dead DC is here. Greetings, Rabbi. Please tell me that RTD is going to fix the botch abortion. Yes, I am reasonably confident that is the case, right? Yes, that is high up on the list of things to do. That will be done by the time Shooty takes over. I think they're going to say the entire Jodie era took place within the toy maker's realm, right? Therefore, bye-bye. That's why none of it made sense, right? That's how you had a deranged shit doctor, if that's in your head canon. Matthew J is here. How you doing, Matthew J? Paul Toaston is here. John Smith had to talk to his dog. Okay. Yasmin is fine. After that, you can please just do something for the majority. Doctor, yeah, exactly. Yasmin is not and never will be a woman. I thought she was. Wasn't she? Is it man, a girl? Look, yeah. I mean, other than being so so annoying, quite shaggable. Bird flu, somebody's saying? I don't know. In the US, J&J COVID vaccine been pulled without comment. Everything's without comment. Everything. I mean, the Durham pull without comment. Everything is without comment. I was listening to Tim Pool from last night, right? And he had Donald Trump Jr. on. The shit they did, they're still doing. The evil shit they do. How that I wouldn't be able to stand up to it. Man, they are fighters. They are, they are just the most evil people. And the crazy thing is people are just, I understand people are still so duped, right? They're still so duped into thinking that, haven't you noticed the world is shit, right? And when he was around, it was good, right? Haven't you noticed that? We're not fans of it being shit. We like things to be good, not shit, right? Not shit. But they can't admit it because then they'll be wrong, which is the worst thing in the world, right? Literally, it's the thing they find the most terrifying thing possible, right? DC is here doing DC. Peter's not as human as David. Plus, he was too smug. Peter Capaldi was smug, or David was smug. David was too smug. I think David was definitely too smug. Fine. Where should we start? Should we start with let's do the plot twist. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start with the headline article for once. Or maybe we should look at a bit of Doctor Who news. Oh, I don't know. I think we're doing hang on, I keep doing the wrong thing. I think we'll start by doing a quick look at the headlines. Let's see if there's anything going down. And then we'll go and saunter on over to Bounding into Comics. And then what's the thing here? Bounding into Comics. Doink. After that. And then we have this over here. And disappear. Very good. Fine. Doink. Share screen. Screen is sharing. Look at that. I can't believe we're getting. I'm like 35 minutes in. Pretty impressed with myself, mate. Pretty impressed. Let's look at the news. This is the way to find the newest Doctor Who news, right? Doctor Who shooting out when Jonathan Groff watching Beyonce is so wholesome. I bet you it's not, right? Doctor Who's going classic for Rusty Davis' second era. Now, that's a CBR article, so I think they might be wrong, right? I think they might be wrong. The Rotherham advisor, Doctor Who stars Tom Baker and Nicola Bryant at Elscar Comic Con. Oh, really? Wow. Now you're talking, darling. Doctor Who's Rose Madley poses with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Yeah, I saw her. I'm like, who cares? Beyonce. So, one sec. Let's look at Beyonce's story, right? Because they seem very into it. Really? How is Beyonce watching Beyonce as wholesome? Doctor Who stars Shooty Gatwa and Jonathan Groff have the best time watching Beyonce, and fans are obsessed. Well, it looks, like, okay. Doctor Who stars Shooty Gatwa and Jonathan Groff completely losing their shit at Beyonce concert in Cardiff. The best thing you'll see today. Well, I mean, does this count as Shooty come out as being gay? Because I think it does, right? I think it does. I think this is like, yes. And again, I don't think he has confirmed he's gay. But then again, why should he? I haven't confirmed I'm straight. No, I have confirmed I'm straight often. I mean, do you think me saying I want to come on Nicola Bryant's tits makes me straight? I think it does. I mean, like, you know. What can I tell you? Oh, wait a minute. I think I know where I might put that file. Let me have a quick look. Wait. I bet you it was over here. How do we go there? Was it in here, I wonder? Not in that folder. Oh, because I just thought that would be a great time to have Nicola Bryant say I'm a very naughty boy. I thought it was somewhere around here. Not that over here. He seeks him here. He seeks him there. No, I can't find it. Oh, what a bummer. I thought I had it that time. I was excited. Let me check over here. What's it? Could it be in there? No. Oh, bummer. Wait. Is there a thing? There's a thing you should be able to put on favorites, say recent. Oh, recents. There you go. Let's have a look. Well, that's not very good. I got what? It's got 3 things over the last few days. Okay, well, I don't know. That's just very strange. That is very strange. I'm confused. Okay, fine. Forget it. Oh, it's just so annoying. Because I saw it today. I'm like, oh, I should upload that to StreamYard. Right? That's it's an AI voice generation of Nicola Bryant saying we're a very naughty boy. And I why do I have that? Don't ask. Everything has its place, right? Everything has its place. No, it's not there. I thought I just found it there. No, it's not in that folder. Let me have a quick look. Not in this folder. Just going through this folder. No, not there. No, not that one. No, War is the Deep. No. No, all wrong. Wrong. I don't know what it is then. Fine, I give up. Fine, Doctor Who stars Shooter Gatwa and Jonathan Groff completely lose their shit at Beyonce concert in Cardiff. The best thing we'll see today. It's not really. I bet I see better things. Early month, Doctor Who fans were thrilled fans with the first look of Groff's upcoming mysterious and exciting guest rock. You mean Beethoven, right? If he's not Beethoven, he looks a lot. Why does he look a lot like Beethoven, right? I don't know. Weird casting, but okay. I mean, look, it worked for the Crown, I guess. They had what's the name as Churchill, and they keep having Americans as English people. Gillian Anderson as Thatcher, I thought, which was great. Still spankable, and weirdly, don't know how, but still spankable. For upcoming guest role, opposite Shooter Gatwa in the long-running British sci-fi series. Now the two stars are proven to be a legendary duo living their best lives as Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour. The Queen Bee's epic tour landed at Cardiff Principality Stadium on Wednesday, May 17th, where Groff was joined not only by Gatwa, but also by his looking co-stars Rule Castillo, never heard him, and Tanya Saracho. I have no idea who any of these people are. And it was Saracho who blessed the world with 2.5 minutes of clips featuring Groff and Gatwa bowing down to the Beyonce X. Look, this is a video. I'll never play this. Will it play on here? Okay, I think we should download this video. I think this deserves closer scrutiny, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, this is not a quietly scroll and buy video. This is a okay. We've hit legitimate Doctor Who news story. I know you can't hear. All right, that's why I'm like downloading it. Fine. Okay. Let me grab that Twitter video downloader. Where'd it go? Yay, pink news! Woo! Okay. Insert link, she cried. Oh, I bet you did. It's downloading. Oh, I haven't make me download gay porn by mistake. That would be especially gay porn with Shooter Gatwa. That would be AI generated. Yeah, you'll be able to get that. Yeah, that's coming, baby.
Nathan, are you ready to have a religious experience? Yes.
Very.
How did you manage this? It was you?
I didn't get these tickets, but I took one.
You accepted one. Thank you.
I guess it was a swanky bad wolf gift.
A sand. The golf cart. We saw the golf cart. The golf cart.
So they're enjoying Beyonce. Really? I'm glad they like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't know. Really? I'm just an old fart. That could be. I could be just an old fart. That might be true. Also, I just found that I'm now looking for the garbage folder. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, I think this is him confirming he's gay, right? Seems to be to me. Hey, Wolf. The Paul Toastland. What's TBV mean or TBC? To be continued? I don't know. Like, I feel gay now. I don't know about you guys.
Can I do something Let's do that.
I guess the gays like Beyonce. I don't know. Okay.
Holy shit! What's in mine? Oh my god!
I don't understand. I mean, I feel like one of the old people looking at the Beatles going, "What? No!" What's going on? All right, so there you go. Shooty went to see Beyonce. Had a very good time, right? He had a very, very good time. That's essentially what happened. Right, I'm just going through my garbage folder, seeing the Nicola Bryant clip is here. And annoyingly, it's not. However, actually, I want to grab this. 1 second. Yeah. Is somebody said, I'm not, yeah, we've got to see if this is actually in this clip. Let me get the downloads folder, I'll put it in there. Doink. Oh, yeah, so I didn't delete it either. Where did I put it? Yeah. Fine. Let's look at this clip again, because I'm not sure I heard the dialogue properly from Indiana Jones. Indy, there you go. Yeah, first time I watched it, I was just like, I wasn't really happy with the tone. I didn't listen to the details. Like, I hate how Phoebe Waller-Bridge is more heroic right now. I hate that.
You think he'd be proud of this? Your father, his only daughter, selling her soul for bail money.
Sounds quite cool when you put it like that. And it's not all.
Yeah, again, why is she the hero of this? Right, I understand.
Bail money, some of it's gambling debts and some...
Helena, no!
Okay, so far she's got way more character. She's like selling her soul for money.
How did you end up like this?
What do you mean? Resourceful, daring, beautiful, self-sufficient!
What was he say? How do you end up like this? Self-sufficient.
How did you end up like this?
What do you mean? Resourceful, daring, beautiful,
Resourceful, daring, beautiful, self-sufficient. God, up your own arse much, darling.
sufficient!
Hold on! Phoebe Waller-Bridge is here! Oh, no, it's not there. Fine. So, yeah, let me find this thing. Somebody sent me. doing here? Where's the pictures? We go. I think I put it on the desktop. My whole day I'm looking for shit. Look at me. Yeah. So fine. Apparently this is here. Oh, you'll see for yourself. Hit screen. Right. I fought the Nazis, you know. And you stole from the indigenous people too. Actual dialogue from Indiana Jones 5. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Doesn't sound good, darling. Does not sound good. Anyway. Let's do the headline article. Which is the plot twist, right? So I've said this many times on the channel. If we're going to do an article about plot twist, but the plot twist I think is going on here is when Jodie fell out the TARDIS, or when the TARDIS spat her out. She fell into the toy maker's realm, and that's where she's been ever since. I think she's already I think the Tenant Doctor is really the Shooty Gutwood Doctor, and at some point, you know, the toy maker. Look, because the toy maker. Here, let me give you. Great example, right? Great example. Celestial Toy Maker. We'll open up that again. Part 1.
Following is number.
Taking the Doctor.
Yeah. That was before, yeah, when they made these dolls people. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way you could do this other than this method, I think. Right, so again, that's in the toy maker's abilities, right? To be able to manipulate reality, and the more people take part in the reality, the more they're trapped in there, right? Essentially. So that's why I think everything there, and that would explain everything. That would explain all the continuity errors. Yeah, and you'll be able to hit a reset, and you'll be able to tell all the Jodie people, yeah, it mattered. All those things mattered. Yeah, goodbye. Right, and never mention any of it again because none of it really matters. Go away. Essentially, that's what I would suggest. Right, fine. But it's that's what I think is going to be. And, you know, I've long said I think there's going to be something along those lines. But yeah, that's really a flimsy segue. Indiana Jones and the Temple of White Men Bad. A flimsy segue, she cried. To this article, they look quite good. Tennant saying Doctor Who plot twist that nearly happened. I always like, you know, the road that that we never wrote, that we didn't walk. I also thought they're more interesting. Like any TV show worth its salt, Doctor Who has had plenty of great plot twists over the years. Who can forget when River Song was revealed to be the missing child of Amy and River Pond? That really didn't work very well, in my opinion. Or when we found out that the round things inside the TARDIS were actually mini ice cream dispensers. What? I remember that. Wait, the last one never happened. That's just wishful thinking. I mean, they're probably mini ice cream dispensers as well, right? But I don't know. They may not have pitched. They may have not pitched the TARDIS to start producing delicious dairy treats, but the Doctor Who team has come up with plenty of shocking swerves that never saw the light of day. Okay, writing a TV show is intuitive. Iterative? Do you mean intuitive? Maybe iterative process. Iterative process. Oh, that's an interesting word. Which suggests it being chucked around constantly during development, which is a shame, really, because you do lose story that way. The following twists were all pitched, and some were even strongly considered. However, for various reasons, they never end up happening. Who wrote this? That's quite good. I don't know Jacob Sims, but quite impressed. Okay. A rap on Clara. What's that? Mummy on the Orient Express. Clara is very hot, if I may say so. In Mummy on the Orient Express, Doctor and Clara arrive on a futuristic version of the classic train, only to find a strange monster called the Foretold is stalking passengers. Probably one of the best episodes that season. That and Flatline. Actually, this was season 11, right? Yeah, not season. I mean, this was Capaldi's first season. I believe so. Yeah. Yes, it was, right? Right, because Danny Pink was still alive. There we go. So yeah, this and Flatline were the two best entries of the season. I like this one a lot. I thought what's name Skinner was very good, right? And if you think that's scary, you should see the state of the toilets. That's where the real monsters lie. Okay. This episode was written by Jamie Masson, who would go on to pen the 3-part script for the show. In his blog, Masson revealed a number of abandoned story elements for the Mummy Orient Express, including one concerning the fate of Clara. Originally, Clara was supposed to have seen the Foretold and would have had to hide from it in the sarcophagus. However, unfortunately for her, this wasn't a great move, as the sarcophagus would be revealed to be the Foretold making machine before wrapping her in bandages, presumably transferring into one of the creatures. Gasp! The idea was nixed in favor of simplifying the narrative, but it certainly would have been interesting to see how the Doctor got himself with that one. That really would have been a lot better. Yeah, that would have been awesome. I think that added something to that script really lacked, right? Like a much better element and danger. I like that a lot, right? I like that a lot. And then the Doctor's got to get it back for Danny Pink, right? That really would have worked so much better. Damn, simplifying that narrative. That was a mistake. That was a real mistake, mate. I'm sorry. Yeah, not on board for that change. Sarah Jane fills the heat. Okay, let's see what it is. Elizabeth Avon was involved in some of the best episodes of the classic Doctor, along with the 3rd and 4th Doctors, before revisiting the character in Modern Who and even getting her own spin-off. Twice, I would say. Sladen tragically passed away far too young at 65, cutting her time in the Whoniverse short. Yes, it is tragic. I agree. Sarah Jane never actually died on screen, though, but that doesn't mean the writers never tried. In an alternate version of Sarah Jane's final classic story called The Lost Legion. Oh, that didn't happen. Fine, right. It was planned to she'll be straight up killed by an alien soldier before dying in the arms of the Doctor. The series would have ended with her body being burnt on a funeral pyre as the TARDIS flies away. How dark? Thankfully, this never happened. Yes, that would have been a real mistake. Sarah suffers far worse fate, being left in Aberdeen instead, kind of. And we got to enjoy many more years of this wonderful character being played by a truly wonderful lady. Okay, yeah, that was a tough idea. Well done, whoever nicks that. Humany Woomany Silurians. Okay, Humany Woman too far Moffat, too far. Back in the fifth series of Modern Who, the writer and future showrunner Rusty Days, Christian, that my brain substituted Rusty Davis because I couldn't bring myself to say it. That was really wild. Brought by the classic monster, hadn't seen in 84. The Silurians, a race of lizard-like lizard-like creatures, also feature native to Earth in the two-part Hungry Earth and Cold Blood. A mining operation awakens the hibernating colony, which are not blessed Peter with at all. But the revamped human-like look of Silurians was achieved with an intricate prosthetics, which looked great, but an absolute bugger to apply, which was bugger to apply, and it was too much work to get the prosthetics to every Silurian in the story, which is why some of them wear the grey mask with the large eyes. That's a good idea. These masks were led general to consider it an almighty retcon for the... Don't retcon anything for the Silurians and say they'd always worn masks. And no. They'd always worn masks and always had humanized faces underneath with these different revamps. That's such a dumb idea. That's such a dumb Chris Chibnall idea. Oh, go away. Go away. No, they're different tributaries, okay? Different branches of species. Doctor Deported. Okay, Power of 3, another Chibnall episode, isn't it? Off. What a weird little episode. I mean, it's shit. Tiny Q's, Brian Long, Lord Sugar, delightful stuff. Not really, it's kind of boring. We also see the Doctor playing Wii tennis while waiting for those mysterious black cubes to do something. And physicist Brian Cox has a cameo. Okay. The episode almost featured another big guest cameo too, in the form of Prime Minister United Kingdom, not Harriet Jones or Harold Saxon, the new one called Stephen Carter. Who's Stephen Carter? Sadly not. The grandson of Captain Jack Harkness. One for the Children of Earth fans there. Not the grandson of Captain Jack Harkness. Carter would have been suspicious of the Doctor due to the slow invasion of the cubes. Well, who is he then? And get this. He would outright ban the Doctor from the UK, resulting in the 11th absence from the last portion of the episode. Oh, this must have been the one where they're not having because they're not having him in. The Doctor really doesn't get along with Prime Minister Tilly. The final version instead has the Doctor dipping in and out of the story and the Pond's life via the TARDIS, which feels a lot more natural way of doing things. Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad that was Nick. That sounds like crap. Zoe in Exile. Interesting. I don't know. Tell me more. Zoe Harriet, played by Wendy Padbury, was the second Doctor's companion who appeared in 8 episodes between 8 stories between 86 and 69. Okay. And had perhaps the best, how do I explain it? Best arse ever seen in Doctor. Well, you know, now I got to qualify that, haven't I? Let me see. Do I have the time robber here? I'm not sure. It's probably as an AVI, which means it won't play because it's that old. Hang on. Let me look. Go to the second Doctor folder. It's worth the detour if we have it, let me tell you. No, they're all AVIs. Okay, fine. But this is the one where she's famously holding on to the TARDIS console. Just, it looked fantastic. I mean, just fantastic, right? You know, I kind of like it almost made me turn into a werewolf. It was that much of a perfect moon. It was perfectly round and beautifully positioned on the TARDIS console as it is. You know, these are just some of the reasons I love Doctor Who. Yes, a few of the reasons. You know what? I'm not the only person though who loves Doctor Who. I love a Doctor Who is something that's universal. It's something that I find only the higher ups in the species really understand. Right? Only the more advanced, more refined members of people. I don't want one of those for you here tonight. I have, however, Birmingham's King of the Geeks. Maybe if he comes on, he'll know where to find some. How are you doing there?
You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir.
I am. Now, from my intro, when you came on, what do you think I was speaking about?
I think you were speaking about the perfection that was the timelessly pert bottom of Zoe Harriet, as played by Wendy Padbury.
Yes, you have done well. You have done well.
Not only do I know my Doctor Who, but I know my Rabbi.
Yes,
is that right,
true.
everybody?
Yeah. So we're going. This is an article with the plot twist that nearly happened, which is quite good.
It could have been even better. How could it have been even better than that, Rabbi?
I don't know. There's been a few that's been not bad. There's been a few that's been terrible. I'll walk through the ones we had so far.
Magic.
In the Power of 3, which is a shit episode, the Doctor was going to be deported for most of it by the new Prime Minister.
Sounds like a Chibnall episode, yeah.
Yeah, another Chibnall retcon that you wanted to do, they got nixed was He wanted to say that Silurians always had human faces. They just wore different masks. That's why they changed.
He really is a prat, isn't he?
Yeah. They in the Sarah Jane's love story in the classic series.
Yes.
They wanted to kill her off, and they got nixed by Robert Holmes and Philip Hinchcliffe. Very good. We like that.
Good move.
And this was actually very good. Number 10 was that in Mummy on the Orient Express, there was going to have a sequence in it where Clara had to hide from the mummy. And the only way she could hide was in the sarcophagus. But the sarcophagus was a mummy making machine. And she gets turned into a mummy. I thought, that sounds really cool. Right? Yeah. That I could have done.
So we could have had Jenna Coleman in a confined space, sweaty, exasperating, and thrashing about.
Well, you can do that now with AI. I wish I could find it. I have a video, a clip I made of Nicola Bryant saying I'm a very easy boy. It's
really, you've done that. Sorry, everybody.
Yes. Here, what's it? I've been playing around with the date.
Is it your ringtone yet? That's what I want to know.
No, I can't find the file. But here, was it? Here's how I've been playing with it. It's
Lord above.
This is Wes Anderson plus Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So this one, the prompt I put in was Russell T. Davis wearing a red Star Trek uniform at the science station of the Starship Enterprise. And this is what it came up with. They have a very weird idea, Rusty Davis. So there, we got a lot of Rusty Davis over here. It kind of sort of looks like him, but he's much fatter in AI.
Well, that looks like Matthew Jacobs, the writer of
it
the
does,
TV.
doesn't it? It does, yeah. It's a fusion of the two.
You know what? I love those pictures. I think those are really cool. And that character, he looks, that's really cool. Not so keen on that. It reminds me of, who's that fucking idiot? Josh Gad, is it? That's who it reminds me of. Oh, yeah, another nice.
I love that this is their view of Russell T. Davis.
Yeah, is that a sewing machine?
I don't know. It was like in engineering. It won't let you make fun of left-wing people, but you can with right.
Oh, that's
right.
funny.
So I wanted to have Dylan Mulvaney and Donald Trump laughing together, but it wouldn't let me do that. I thought that would be really
the left or the far left, they're gaming everything, aren't they?
Oh, it's ridiculous. But it's all crumbling before your eyes. Have you seen what's gone down this week?
Everything in Britain, believe it or not, is focused on Philip Schofield and Holly Bloody Willoughby. So no, I haven't. Exactly.
Well, who cares? Why would anybody care about those?
I know. I'm going on a live stream tomorrow to talk about it. I didn't know it was going to be about that when I agreed to go on it.
What's going on? I don't know the story. What's going on with them?
Well, no, neither does anybody else. I'm not sure how much of it is paper talk and how much of it is real. But it does appear that Philip Schofield's brother was convicted. I can say this because it's happened. There's no allegedly about it. Philip Schofield's brother was convicted of a child sex offence a few weeks ago. He had sexual activity with an underage boy. And Philip Schofield denounced him and what do they call it? Disowned his brother immediately.
Right.
But only after the conviction. He was up until then he was sort of standing by him and things like that. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. I don't know anything about the case. I didn't know about it until after it happened. But this has had a massive effect on Schofield's career. And a combination of things.
Him anyway for pushing in line at the funeral.
Yeah, there was that, and the Schofield's own alleged relationship with a minor a few years ago as well. So,
he does feel a bit dodgy, as I feel every celebrity is now, right? So I don't know what to tell you. But I came up with an interesting thought earlier. Let me share this thumbnail with you. Get to see what you think. So here's what I think. Maybe the deal with the devil that we're going to get, right? Rusty Davis is going to say yes. I'm going to get rid of all the bullshit, right? I'm going to get rid of all the timeless children, all the destroyed Gallifrey, destroying 3/4 of the universe, everything is all going to go. The cost is chicks with dicks. You must have chicks with dicks. Now, is that a fair exchange?
I class that as on. I don't I don't like using this expression. It is on the surface it's a bait and switch. Now, it's true that for the last few years we have, we've had a lot of grounds for complaint as regards the previous era. People seem to think out there, people who aren't maybe part of the culture war and who haven't been paying proper attention, seem to think there was just one problem when we all know there was about 5 or 6 problems with that era. And so they seem to think that the social justice is what we were railing against. That was only part of it. The real crux of it that we've always said is Chris Chibnall's desperately poor writing, dearth of ideas.
Yeah, no, but the only reason they said that we hated the social justice because they couldn't argue. There's nothing to say. It was unwatchable shit that fell completely.
I'm going to stick to my principles, mate, and I'll say that at the end of the day, trans people do exist. You and I both know that. I know several. Yeah. So Russell T Davies, his strength is in writing characters, in writing people. It's just more people, another section of society for Russell to write about, and therefore I have to place faith in him, in his ability to roundly build characters with flaws.
I think he can do that. My problem is this, though, right? That the reason that we're seeing so much trans representation
is through the roof.
Is to convince children essentially that if they feel uncomfortable with their body, which is a very normal thing during adolescence, right? It could be because they're transgender, and therefore being rushed into transgender treatment and having transgender medical treatment, maybe surgical treatment, right? Before realizing it's not for them, right? With their lives pretty much very, very heavily impacted, right? I don't know if you can get everything put back together again. Depends how far gone you are with the surgery or whatever. But and even if you don't go for the surgery, right? I don't think it's something that is for most people. I think it's detrimental for most people.
The metrics say it all. It's a minority of a minority of a minority of people. It's a desperately small amount of people.
Right. And live and let live, baby. They can do what they want.
Exactly.
But stop trying to convince the rest of society that this is a good idea for you, because it probably isn't just on the metrics. And I think Russell's been so that's really the deal with the devil that I'm sucked into.
There has always been, this gender dysmorphia has been around for generations, if not hundreds of years. And the people have written about it, so it is true. On our side of the aisle, I know it's quite unpopular to say this. I think the timing of it's pretty bad, but I've never really had a problem with Yasmin Finney in being cast in this, and the sight of her. Sometimes I only have to put a picture up of her in character in the Type 40 Facebook group, or even on the live stream, and I get lots of groans and stuff. People are sick of the sight of her, and I do understand why. Because
of her, I think they're sick of the sight of.
It's what she represents. It's not her fault, and it's not even personal. She's been turned into a bit of a poster child, and I get the impression that she's not the sharpest knife in the box. I hear that she's a good actress, which is fine. I haven't seen the stuff. Enough people have told me that I've got to believe that that's true. But I do get the impression that people like her are useful to others who maybe are obsessed with pushing various agendas.
I agree with you completely. And like I don't know, like honestly, I really think Russell T Davies is coming with the best of intentions, right? I genuinely believe that. I do that. I just think he's on the wrong side of history on this one. It's like might be like really wrong, right? Might be something, I don't know.
Could it be, mate?
Like it puts me in a very weird moral. I have to wait and see, I guess.
Could it be what we've said? what we've been saying for the last 3 or 4 years, and I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but he went through lockdown too. He's a human being as well. Is it quite likely that Russell T Davies has found himself in somewhat of an echo chamber as well, in the same way?
I'm sure he has. I think he's blown away by the negative reaction about Jinx Monsoon, and I'm sorry, it was overwhelmingly negative.
By far, yeah. And that wasn't to do.
Like the media told us that we all loved it, and nobody did. I'm sorry. I think he knows the real metrics, right? And I think he's blown away that it failed, right? Because he is in an echo chamber where you do go and get a blowjob from a drag queen in the middle of a night shoot, and everything's totally normal, right?
It's just like popping out for a chunky Kit Kat or something.
Look, I'm happy for him to have that happen, right?
Everybody, don't worry. If you're in America, chunky Kit Kat is not the name of a drag queen. That's a snack in Britain.
Oh, chunky Kit Kat is good. What's that joke? Try to remember that joke. Oh, fine. So one guy goes to the other. I have to put it in context, but one guy goes to the other. Oh man, I was so drunk last night. I came home and blew chunks. You're like, well, that's okay. That's not so weird. You don't understand. Chunks is the name of my dog.
That's horrendous. I very much approve of Russell T Davies' white trousers there. John Travolta would have trouble keeping them that clean.
He's doing well. Fine, let's finish off this article because
okay.
I was quite enjoying it. You're on at was it at 7? Is it?
We were at Zoe Herriot's bottom, which is never a bad place to be.
No, it always is. Yes, it's very bouncy.
So yeah,
I think if I find myself falling into the land of fiction, I will visualize a giant Zoe Herriot bottom on the console.
Yeah, there's worse ways to go.
Land on nicely, bounce on slowly. Okay, let's see what we got to say about Zoe. Sorry, blah 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 blah. Astrophysicists from the future. Zoe thought like the Cybermen and the Ice Warriors before having a memory wiped by the Time Lords. When they forced the Doctor to regenerate. This was at the end of a regular appearance of the shows, but if the writers got their way, they would have you would have seen a lot more of it. Plans were in place for the War Games to end slightly different with slightly different twist. Instead, the second Doctor being exiled to Earth by himself, Zoe would have joined him, and she would have co-starred alongside John Pertwee, the third Doctor's companion. That's interesting. This would have offered a chance to further explore her genius level intellect. I see she's basically Caroline John. The similarities between the characters, while also playing on the fact that she was a woman out of time. It would have been a super interesting Zoe stuck on Earth in those unit-based stories, but Pabry decided to call it quits. Liz Shaw was created. That is fascinating. I did not know. Did you ever hear that before?
I have heard that before. And I'd forgotten about it though. That they did want to carry her over. I can see why as well. Of which characters to carry over, that would have absolutely been the one.
That would have made sense. I know. Yeah, Jamie's been in for a long time, and but yeah, I see the that Liz Shaw is basically like somebody ticking the same boxes.
Yeah. She hasn't got.
That's really wild.
She's not as warm. But...
Number 5, Face of Bo. What we're going to know about the Face of Bo was a big wrinkly face of the jar, and for some reason everybody loved him. I don't know. I liked him. I got my action figure up there. It was just so weird, and he had no idea what it was. It's interesting. It looked good. You know what it was? It looked good, and it was on English TV, and we didn't understand. Right? It was that. Yeah. That was the thing. You got to understand. If you weren't around in 2005, one of the things about Doctor Who being so huge was it looked pucker. Right, it looked like it was a top-notch production. All right, and we never seen that before.
Yeah, it really did.
Sci-fi like that before.
It stood out like a shining beacon in the middle of Saturday night television. It really did.
Yeah, it was brilliant entertainment. Absolutely.
The reason why I like the Face of Bo is that for me, a lot of that episode actually harkens back to Douglas Adams. You look at it, you think, what on earth? That's the Face of Bo. Okay. It's the same as when Adams told you what's that he's drinking over there? It's a Pangalactic Gargle Blaster. Okay. You just accept these things. And you just accept that that's the face of Bo. It's a face. You can tell it's a face. Fine. Go with it.
Yeah. What was it? Like the pirate captain having a robot parrot.
Yeah.
Right? Pirate planet. It works. Yeah. It's the kind of thing Doctor Who would do. Fine. So he appeared 3 times in Doctor Who. Technically, way more if you consider Captain Jack. Blah, blah, blah. Revealed the Master. In his second outing, Sirius 2's New Earth, the face of Bo is one of the patients under threat from the disease hordes. And this very nearly led him to succumbing to a grisly fate. In a deadly twist, he was originally supposed to die in this episode alongside every other patient in the hospital. Consider how integral Bo would have become in Series 3 arc. Oh, who gives a shit? They will find another way. You're not alone. It was a premature end of the show. Yeah, but I think it would have been tonally very off, right? Anyway, his was spared in the likely form of Stephen Moffat, who joked that Rusty Davis only killed off interesting characters, prompting Rusty Davis to reverse course. Okay. Honestly, these writers and their egos. Well, that worked out well. Fine. Time Lords and the Daleks. The End of Time Parts 1 and 2 were stories of First and Last. They were the last regular episodes to feature the 10th Doctor. By the way, more stuff encoded into that teaser trailer, if you're not aware. Let me see if I can find it.
I did see a couple of other things the other day, and I can't remember exactly what they were. I know that
here it is.
It turns out that Brooding Eilish is an anagram of John Logie Baird, who was the inventor of the television.
Oh, that's certainly tying into it, because they go to the time of the first television signal.
Yeah.
Right? Let me share this with you. 1 second.
Because that's what that giant puppet on the screen in what looks like Unit HQ is.
Yeah, that's the first transmission. Okay, so we have hexadecimal code here, because we have this stuff like these weird numbers, right?
Yeah.
And so this one says Dr. Donna TARDIS. I'm like, well, okay, it's kind of cool. Yeah, but this one's much more interesting. This is backwards, right? Binary. I don't want to go, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to go is David Tennant's last line, right? So you know what binary is?
No.
Let me show you something that's going to blow your mind, right? This is really going to blow your mind.
No, that's the bit because I noticed the I don't want to go thing, but I just sort of looked past the binary thing.
Mate, that has I got to find it. It's Journey's End. Is it Journey's End?
Charlotte, Sarah, and I got together and talked about the trailer for nearly a full hour on Monday night. It was insane.
That's much more interesting than the trailer. But where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's just right after this bit. Yeah.
Just cause. What a good name, Fellspoon. Apparently it's got mountains that sway in the breeze. Mountains that move. Can you imagine?
And how do you know that?
Because it's in your head. And if it's in your head, it's in mine.
And how does that feel?
Brilliant. Fantastic. Molto bene. Great big universe packed into my brain. You know you can fix that chameleon circuit.
Here it comes.
You just tried hot binding the fragment links and superseding the binary. I'm fine. Nah, never mind, Fellspoon. You know what?
Right, so that's got something to do with it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Well spotted.
Yeah, that's got to have something to do with it, right?
Yeah. Well, that was the sign that her brain couldn't take what was in it, which I suppose chimes back to how she can have had her memory restored and still be functioning and not having burnt alive or whatever it was the doctor said.
I mean, it's coming up. Look, I think the basic point of this is to remind people they like Doctor Who, but mainly to reset it. Right? This is a very big reset from the Chibnall era. Right, and I think everything's going to be retconned away explicitly. Right, explicitly. Fine, let's go back to this. The End of Time Parts 1 and 2 were stories of First and Last. They were the blah blah. We read that. Led by Timothy Dalton, the present Time Lord is Infinity Gauntlet. The Time Lords attempted to use a master as a way of pulling themselves and Gallifrey out of the Time War. Good news for them, bad news for literally everybody else. To show how far down they've gone down the path of madness, the Time Lords had gone. Rusty Davis originally plotted a shock reveal for the story that was going to show that the Time Lords had entered into an alliance with a sworn enemy, the Daleks. That would have made it much better.
Would have been very interesting. A lot of story to. It would have been a lot of story to cover, though, I suppose.
I get, but I think that would have been really cool. The end time already had a lot going in it. Yeah, so just imagine Time Lord Dalek Alliance had it been involved too. This idea fell through since Stephen Moffat was planning on using the Daleks in the first series as showrunner, not wanting to immediately undermine his successor. Rusty Davis removed the famous villains from his script. Okay.
Makes sense.
Regeneration 1.0. Okay. William Hartnell helmed the ship for blah blah. Okay, fine. Hartnell said goodbye at 10th panel, essentially dying of old age. The actor's exit was almost different, though very different indeed. So yeah, through the Celestial Toy Maker. His plan was to have the titular villain turn the Doctor invisible, and then when he reversed, the Doctor would reappear with a different face. Surprise! This would lead to speculation amongst companions that whether he was the Doctor or just another toy maker's tricks. That's going to tie into this as well, right?
I'd say so. I'd say that's informed Russell's story to some extent.
Right. I think that the David Tennant Doctor is the Shooting Gapper Doctor, wearing a David Tennant skin.
It's
not
possible.
realizing he's doing it. That's what I think is going, but put on by the toy maker essentially. In the end, this proto version regeneration was nixed. Hartnell's contract was extended, and actually was that changed the face. It was actually was that changed the face with somebody else taking his place as producer. Ironic. Buckingham Blast. I think I remember this one. There we go. We've got two more to go. We're nearly done. Doctor Who was included in the British monarchy in a number of different stories. Yeah. Rusty Davis always loved bringing British. I mean, I don't know where he feels how he is now, though.
He seemed to love Britain, in fact.
Right. Exactly. Like he liked having big red number 10 buses running across, Westminster Bridge and London Eye, and he liked having landmarks. And he liked royalty, right? He did like having the royalty in his Doctor Who.
Yeah.
All right. Queen Victoria, not to mention the Doctor's many dalliances of Queen Elizabeth I. Okay, but destroying the Royal's most famous residence, that proved a step too far. In 2007's Christmas special Voyage of the Damned, and with the 10th Doctor narrowly preventing the intergalactic version of the Titanic from smashing into Buckingham Palace. What a mad sentence, right? Even mad, the original idea was it would have seen the space Titanic full-on obliterate Buckingham Palace, instead leaving the Queen angrily shaking her fist as the ship flew away. I didn't know. I'd never heard that before.
No, I hadn't heard that either.
For all sorts of reasons, mainly battery limitations, this was vetoed and the building was spared the violent redecorating. Oh, and fun fact, Charles, the then Prince of Wales, now as King of England, was offered a cameo in this episode, but it turned it down. Maybe he was annoyed that he wasn't the one to snog David Tennant. What? I don't think so.
No, I'd say he was okay with that.
Yeah, listen. Look, Camilla, not one of the best looking babes, not with Eddie, but I think you still prefer her. You know?
There we are. We have it official. Queen Camilla, not a babe.
Listen, I wouldn't throw her a bed. I mean, don't get me wrong. What insult her? You know?
I think you'd. Yeah, if you did throw out a bed, I don't fancy your chances with those hips. I think we could. It wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, exactly.
She's knocking on.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, you've got to be gentlemanly. That's what I say. You know,
help the aged. I don't mean help them to climax. I mean just help the aged.
It's got to be general. Out of bed into it. You name it. Fine. The book, the writer's tale, offers an engrossing behind-the-scenes look at the making of Doctor Who's early years. Yes, fantastic. Fine. For example, he hates dream sequences. Okay. In one section, Russell Davies calls the trope pathetically symbolic before giving an example of how he almost turned Series 2 on its head. The initial cliffhanger for the Impossible Planet was for Rose to get possessed by the mysterious beast, exclaiming, "I am the beast incarnate," right? David loved the idea, but not so much what happened next. The next episode was going to open with Rose imagining she was back home with Jackie and Mickey. Only something wasn't right because it was all a dream, a twist which Russell Davies simply couldn't bear. Rose being one of the possessed antagonists of the stories would have been wild to see, but also understand why Russell Davies felt it was too weird. I think he didn't like the resolution, but other than that.
I know he worked with Matt Jones very closely on that, didn't he? He took Matt Jones under his wing as a writer. I don't know what he went on to do.
He did, especially in Series 2, right? Series 2, I think, was really solid, right? I think it really worked.
I think they all were. I can understand why people have got their favourites, but I think objectively, those 4 seasons are all really strong.
Yeah. No, look, there's some of the 4 best seasons on British TV, let alone Doctor Who. How much time do you have?
I've got another 10 or 15 minutes to spare to chew through whatever.
I tell you what, when you're ready, tell me about your stream tonight. I wanted to pull open this month's SFX magazine. See, we have a peruse together. See what you think.
Magic. Well, I can tell you about the stream now, and then we can open the magazine if you like. I've got where's my thing? While you're getting your file ready. Yeah, because we are as always streaming Thursday night at Type 40 Live. Myself and a group of ne'er-do-wells getting together to compare notes in the Diamond Anniversary year this time. I can't wait to get started on this. We've been planning it for a little while, and we'll let you know exactly the what's, the where's, the why's later on if you come over to the Spacebook YouTube channel and join us for Type 40 Live moments.
A little bit of the Zorbeloff down there. I wouldn't expect to see that.
Yeah, I was just being playful there. I thought, what are some of the most seismic moments in Doctor Who history? And so yeah, I went pretty wild with that. And we've got the wires, we've got Bad Wolf Bay, and the Absorbaloff chasing Mark Warren there through the streets of Cardiff. That was a bit of a giggle. Looking forward to this one because we did one a few months ago about, it was our confessions, our fandom confessions.
I like that one. That was fun.
This is in a similar vein. This is something we're going to do a couple more of these as well for the anniversary year, because I do reviews and things like that over on the podcast, the kind of things you'd expect. But these shows are much more community led. And so I thought, but particularly with the people who watch and comment, we all like to compare notes about this stuff. So it's the second of a planned 4 sort of strand of shows that are going to take us through to the anniversary itself. So if you enjoyed the confessions one, or even if you didn't, then maybe you'll find something more here, and you can come and share your top Doctor Who moments too with us. And I've got no idea what the others have picked. Well, and I know a couple of them because there's a couple of particular things we wanted to hit on, but generally speaking, I've got no idea what the others have picked. So it's going to be an eye opener, everybody. You're gonna enjoy it. I promise you. See you at 8 o'clock there for that. There we are.
Okay, we stand intrigued. Oh, there you go. We stand intrigued. I'll finally you open. You right? Doink. And SFX this month has a Star Trek guy, Star Trek Strange New World. Looking forward to this. Just nervous about this show. Right? It's I'm nervous about it because Star Trek has had a run of 20 good episodes. Right? Can we make it another 10? Right?
Exactly. Well, I'm nervous for one reason in particular and one episode in particular.
Oh, that one, the crossover with
yes, that worries me enormously. Now, there was one iffy episode of season 1 of Strange New Worlds, so if this is the iffy one for this season, I'll be fine with it.
Which one do you think was the iffy one?
The one where they're on the spaceship and they all got turned into sort of knights. It all went a bit sort of.
So that one was saved, in my estimation, by a very good resolution with the Doctor's daughter's story arc.
Yeah.
Right? I felt the whole idea was very Star Trek-y, right? But I thought,
it just wasn't. I thought it was
gel, right?
Well made, yeah, exactly. Just didn't come together, yeah.
You know, if you just could get rid of Lieutenant Latinx lesbian, it probably would have worked, right? Probably would have worked. A bit of Porthos and Captain Archer. Let's have a quick look, see what the rants and raves are on these completely soy-filled people. Yellow Jacket's never heard of it. If he likes it, I'll give it a miss. Ken Star will sustain the output. Jinx Monsoon and Doctor is genius casting. You are so look hard. This is him in real life.
Yeah, Darren's agreed to come on my show, so I've got.
Oh really? Oh boy! I don't think I could. I don't think he would agree to come on mine. Let's move on then. That being the case, I always take the piss out of him, like always.
On the strength of those views, I can sort of see why. He seems like a nice fella, but I couldn't disagree with him more about what he said in all of that short passage.
It's amazing. Everything he says is wrong. It's quite amazing. Man, I'd love to go and see this.
Oh yeah, I was in Birmingham.
That's in Birmingham. There you go. I was saying last stream. The thing I miss about living in London is having all that culture to hand. Right, it was awesome to be able to do that. What's that? Renfield? What movie is that? I guess we'll find out in a second. It's some kid shit. I couldn't care less. What is it? Elementals. I don't care. Leave me alone. What's this? Bad out halal. It is Count Abdullah. Okay, not interested. I always like the news war. This was actually always interesting. Ryan Reynolds and Jason Momoa starring in live-action animation road trip Animal Friends. That sounds like quite a good idea.
It does, doesn't it? Animal Friends.
I know. There's a new Godzilla movie coming next year. Mia Goth joins Marsala Ali and Blade. No, the production was halted on that. Liv Tyler returns in Captain America: New World Order. Couldn't give a shit.
Oh,
I am so not going to see that piece of shit.
No, not interested in Marvel.
Amazon MGM library with multimedia reboots of Stargate, Robocop, and Poltergeist. No, fucking morons! Highlight them on your streaming service, you fucking morons! Oh God, it annoys me so much. So much resources, so little common fucking sense. Oh God!
They have no idea what they've got, do they?
No.
Idea.
Oh, let's just reboot it. No. Oh, there's a lot you could do. Again, they really need to. All right, you can rebrand Amazon really easily by doing it like having it like Prime Entertainment, right? You would have it'll be like cutting that like high end entertainment, like Red Curtain Entertainment, like the top of the line, and you would have cinemas. I told you this idea. They should own Rick and Morty.
No, I agree with you completely. And to think, those are three really strong concepts, and I think they could all be exploited in a very expansive and exciting way. But
not like that.
Yeah, you know what they're going to do. You know it's probably going to be a load of cack.
Yeah, exactly. Marina Baccarin and Stefan Kapicic returning for as Colossus and Vanessa. I didn't think we'll see Marina Baccarin back, who I'd say has had a really strong career. You got to have a lot of respect for her.
Yeah, right? I do. I really like her. I know that she was holding out. I heard her talk on a podcast about it, and they asked her, "Are you going to be in Deadpool 3?" And she says, "Oh, I haven't heard yet." And she put herself out there and said how much she wanted to do it, but they hadn't been in touch. They got in touch a few weeks later, it would seem, because she has signed on for it.
Oh my God. The absolutely awful City of Angels from 1988, which was a remake of Wim Wenders' Wings of Desire, which was very good, is being remade. Why? Morons. Even they start saga to continue with new movies based on books of the dead. Ted Lasso's Juno Temple on board for Venom 3. Interesting casting. Low Cross Council, Courtney B. Vance joining Lilo and Stitch. Oh, really? Why? Because he's unemployed now. because they cancelled it after one season because of the piece of shit. James McAvoy reuniting with Blumhouse or Speak No Evil. No, okay, go away. Comic books. Oh, look, okay. This is so fucking 2023 comics.
Oh God,
Exactly.
is that Marvel? Is that Marvel Pride again?
Oh fuck! Oh, I don't know what it is. Marvel Pride. This is so 2023. Yeah, I know. This is all that Marvel is now. It's
I've noticed.
Loki, don't care. What's this? Beau is Afraid in cinemas, don't care. It's gonna be a movie nobody remembers. Truth out there, Black Panther's Ryan Coogler developing a new version of the X-Files. Why not make your own thing? It's not like, X-Files was such a unique IP. It was very derivative when it was done.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not just call it something else? Why do you need to call it the X-Files? God, make your own shit.
I'm going to make a prediction, and that project will never see the light of day.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Section 31, please. I hope your prediction's right about that. We'll see the light of day as well. Night of the 17 Kingdoms, Hedge Knight. Okay, I think everything's on hold now, thank God. Nicki Minaj stars in the animated show Lady Danger, based on I don't care. Oh, by Alex Campy. She is shit. Max, formerly HBO Max, adapting Harry Potter books in new series. Okay, fucking morons. Here's what they should be doing, right? They should be doing stuff set in the Harry Potter universe, like a series about all girls, like 15, 20 years later, right? However long it is later, then they should be a high-level series, right? That Mandalorian the shit out of it. That would work. The Twilight Saga heading to TV. I'm heading away from TV. I
mean, think on that for a moment.
Oh.
Twilight, that nobody's spoken about for the best part of 10 years. And it meant a lot. It meant a lot to the people, the kids and the strange women who were watching that to look at teenage boys, and anybody else. It was like a fart in the wind. And so the idea that it could be a draw to take that to television in 2025 or whenever, it's laughable. It really is laughable.
I mean, it's not old enough to get that.
No,
like I'm constantly surprised that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles always does very well. Like people are always excited about it because it's like of that era. But anyway, so Benedict Cumberbatch in a 6-part adaptation of Matt Haig's How Stop Time. No idea what that is. And Rise is a thing going on. The arcs renew for season 2. I haven't seen season 1. And by Joseph Hammer, Paramount Plus developing Galaxy Quest TV show. That potentially could be very good if you have the right talent.
It could go either way. I'd be very interested in the Matt Haig series about How to Stop Time. But as soon as you put Benedict Cumberbatch in that, my interest in it fades. It's not that I don't like him anymore. It's just that
it's just been connected to so much shit.
And I feel that he tends to give the same performance in most things. And it's the same with the people who are excited about Henry Cavill, the idea of him playing James Bond. I think, why?
You know what? I disagree with you there. I was watching Mission Impossible Fallout last night. Fucking awesome in that. Those movies are great.
He's good in everything. I just think James Bond's bigger than that.
He played a qualitatively different. I think he's got the emotional range to be able to play emotionally damaged spy, assassin spy. I think he could really bring that.
I haven't seen that movie. I ought to, so I don't. Probably shouldn't say. I haven't seen.
You haven't seen Mission Impossible?
No, I haven't seen the last one yet. No, I've got it.
It's so good. Oh my god!
I have to watch it soon because there's a new one out in the next couple of months.
The trailer.
But I haven't watched the trailer because I haven't seen the last one, so I've deliberately kept away from it. But how I feel about Henry Cavill is that he is a movie star and a pretty strong actor, but he's generally speaking a movie star stroke TV star. He's all charisma. I haven't seen him be as good as that as you've described. So maybe this is the performance that'll change my mind.
That really was an excellent performance, right?
But in my view, you can't follow Daniel Craig, who is a fantastic actor. He may be a bit of a prick, but he's a fantastic actor. You can't follow him with a clothes horse, which I feel that Henry Cavill would end up being.
Yeah, no. My pick still for James Bond is what's it called again? Tom Hiddleston. Right, still my pick for Bond.
Fantastic, yeah.
Because you want to go for something very charming and smooth after going for something very rough and hard.
Someone needs to bail that bloke out of playing Loki, because that part's going to be the end of his career unless he moves away from it.
I know. And look, you know what? It's funny. We still got how many months to go till November, right? The way the world is turning right now about the whole LGBTQ plus issues in general. I think when he had the idea of Jinx Monsoon, it wasn't a problem, and I think this might be like a shock to see how much the world has said enough already. Right?
Maybe.
Imagine what it's. I think this is going to build a lot. I think by the time you get to November, there's going to be very little patience or tolerance. Right? Very little, and the next year, forget it. Right,
yeah,
people
will be examining every single scene, every single line for hidden meanings and things like that, and how this could be code for. And we get that with a lot of things now as it is, but it's not been done with Doctor Who up until now, because Chris Chibnall, as I say, is such an awful sort of primary level writer, isn't he? Primary school level writer. You couldn't really dig into anything to get out a hidden meaning. He was very clear about what the meaning was behind all of his scripts. He beat you around the head with it.
Yeah. No, they're very two-dimensional. Speaking of two-dimensional, it's they're doing a lady version of Blade. I mean, or whatever. Not Blade. Who gives a shit? God, it's always the same thing. It is Blade. Yeah. It's Lady Blade, right? Yeah. Like, who cares?
I mean, I like the fun bags. Don't get me wrong. That's I'm always down for that.
No, Victory escapades from vampire as a shadow in her own comic book. Okay, so it's Black Vampire. Okay, I can get behind that. This looks like shit. I don't want to know about it. What's this? This is an alien book? What? Tara is on ice as Declan Shervy and Andrea Brockman relaunched Marvel's Alien. This looks like, oh my, look at this artwork. Are you out of your fucking mind?
They've got a property like Alien. Now, keep in mind, Dark Horse had that for how long? Since they had it from the late 80s up until about 6 or 7 years ago. And for the most part, they put out a consistent rate of miniseries one-shots and various things that maintained the prestige brand. Marvel have had it for how long? 6 months? That's what we got.
Yeah. I mean, the artwork is all wrong. All wrong, mate. All wrong.
Marvel are very conscious of the fact that manga, that Japanese comics have sort of eaten their lunch, as the expression goes, and so they're trying to now attract the manga crowd rather than just think about what they have got, what's in the gift, what's in their portfolio of characters and stories and legacy. No, they won't do that.
Matter. A year from now, literally a year from now, we will be making our own media. It's over. AI is changing everything. It is so changing everything, right? I added in something into my AI. Peter Capaldi read my thing.
Oh, cool.
I got that coming out every week, and I got 2 episodes of Millennial Rights coming out. I've really got.
Well, I really enjoyed those, folks. If you haven't heard the Rabbi's books on tapes there of the AI Colin Baker and Capaldi, I can't recommend that enough. They come in those 10, 12-minute bite-sized chunks, make for very easy listening, beautifully done with soundscapes and everything. I was really impressed with it. You've won me over completely, mate.
So I'm going to be putting out a playlist, right? So you'll be able to get subscribed, so you'll be able to get new issues.
That's a nice idea.
What is this shit? But I mean, like, that's just the beginning, right? That's just the beginning. Like, it's crazy what you can do, right? It is absolutely insane what you can do.
We do have a cautionary tale in your comments section. The Sodor engine says the soon Rabbi will be replaced by an AI Rabbi.
Yeah, exactly, and it will be better than me. That'd be great. It would be fantastic.
Well, I'm going to say you could set it up so you could potentially stream. You could have an AI version of yourself, and he could do the stream for you on the Sabbath, because it wouldn't be you doing it. You could set it up.
Actually, I could do that, but you probably wouldn't do it. So I think on Saturday, I'm going to go over this article previewing Strange New Worlds, right?
Yeah.
A lot about it I like. So far, this is the only thing I'm worried about. Carol Kane. It's the only thing I'm really worried about.
Why is that old fruit on the show? It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Really bad bit of casting. I don't know.
It does worry me, I have to say. A lot of the cast of this I warmed to. Either the character that you mentioned earlier on, with the exception of her, I warmed to all the others. Even the girl who plays Uhura, who I thought that she was
great.
I thought she was ridiculous casting when I saw the pictures. But as the show evolved, she was wonderful. Very easy to get behind. Yeah.
She's great as well. The one on screen right now, Jess Bush as
Campbell. I liked her, but I struggled to see her as the same character at all.
This is not okay. This is a different universe. This is whoever it is making its take on Star Trek, right? It's there.
I suppose that's how to take it, isn't it?
It's not the same universe. Like what happened? Did Transporter Chief Carl get hit with an Irish beam? Right? With what? No. He's a little angel man now. That's just what it is. Okay.
You gotta laugh.
Anyway, so this will be, I think, Saturday stream. That's a nice.
These are great promo pictures. Yes, I'll be streaming on Saturday night as well, which obviously you're invited to once you wrap up. If you want to come and chew the fat, we're taking your advice actually, and we're keeping the mega pick as a regular slot, so you can come and find out what movie Ian David Diaz has got out of it.
Good. I like that. That was really, really good. Right. I have no interest in Transformers Beast, like zero.
No, me neither. I'm a massive Transformers fan, and this film looks shocking.
Right. I mean, look, Transformers, you've got to have a very, very, very fit person in for it to be good. Spider-Man, I like the first one, but this one I don't think there'll be much cop. But I'm not going to cinema to see it. This is something I'll catch on a streaming service.
I think that this could have, you know what we've just seen, like the first Shazam movie, that did quite well. The second one bombed hard. I think that we may well see that with this as well.
Although
I can't see people going for too long.
The quality always sells. Guardian of the Galaxy, very, very strong second week, right? Because it wasn't shit. It wasn't manufactured. People, here's the thing. Now, when you actually had a genuinely good movie, people didn't believe your marketing because you've lied to them so much, right? Because it's the best of that. They waited to see. Same thing's going to happen with this. This is going to die a death. The new Little Mermaid, please. I might do a stream on this as well. I'm quite optimistic about the stuff immediately coming up for Star Wars, right?
Well, the thing is, Roxanne, what's her name? She's really well cast as Ahsoka. And so I am enthusiastic about this up to a point. But then I see things like The Acolyte coming as well.
I don't know. I'm really intrigued to see it because I haven't seen Leslie Headland write anything bad. I think it's going to be very similar to Rusty Davis's Doctor Who, right? I think it's going to be very similar to that. And also Andor in its last few episodes really pulled itself together. So I'm kind of intrigued in season 2 now, right? I won't be dismissed when it hits season 2.
I think time will be kinder to Andor than it probably has to anything else they've put out.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, you can see that has been really carefully put together and considered from the page upwards. It was just felt a little dull at the time. I think when we take a step back from it and you can see the whole picture, I think people will get a different idea. I think it will age quite well. Whereas, as much as I enjoyed it, the Obi-Wan series probably won't. Boba Fett definitely won't. The third series of The Mandalorian, I kind of enjoyed that, but I know it wasn't that good. It's not the best of hit rates that we're talking about, is it? On the Disney Star Wars.
My son in the army, because he's sits around on the board right now. He's going through Netflix and Disney Plus, and he just watched the first season of The Mandalorian. And he's like, "It was incredible." I was like, "Yes, it was." I feel kind of bad now. But yeah, Andor I think was good. I like Bad Batch. I like the animation generally. Books, who gives a shit? This feels really interesting. Skeleton Crew. I have no idea what on earth it's about.
Yeah, I liked the sound of this at first.
But now it's sitting surrounded with a bunch of kids. What's going on?
Yeah, I think we've got enough with the kids. I think it's this should be all swagger with a person like Jude Law leading it. I can't see why they would surround him with children.
It looks like his legs are too short.
He's quite a little bloke. I think he's not as tall as you think, unless he's leaning down, sort of. Right, I've got to dematerialize him.
Okay, very good. So yeah, you head off.
Thanks for the invite.
I'll be lurking.
Yeah, I'll have to try and come on a couple of times next week, and so I can hang around for a bit longer. But yeah, the acolytes there, and oh god, Star Tours again. My God. Yes. So, hope to see you in the live chat later on the Facebook for Type 40 Live. Thanks for the invite again, Rabbi. I'll speak to you again soon, buddy. Good night, everybody. See you later. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Aha.
Fine. After we finished going over this, I saw Colin Archer that he dumped out of Mission Impossible after the first one. I'm going to do a review of the series after this, because I think that's an important detour, because it's something you really, really need to check out. Comics I kind of dropped out of. This is going to be, oh God, I mean, like, this is everything wrong with Star Wars in one image. Like, what is appealing about that? What is nothing? Right? I'm sorry, no. Gremlin Secret of Mugwai. Oh gosh, what's this on? It's on, man, I'm really not interested in this at all. This goes on forever. It's going to be on HBO Max, or Max, as it's about to be called. Was it Blame It on the Boogeyman? Or was it Director of Bogeyman? Okay, so I'm not really a big horror fan. I haven't read the book. Not really that interesting. Who is that? That looks familiar. Oh, David Dasherman. He's basically in everything now. So they got a new Walking Dead city with Negan and what's her name in New York. I don't know why. I'm just so bored with this, right? I just got bored of Walking Dead with the Negan War, right? This article looks quite fun. It's about a Doctor Who collector, and he has kind of an awesome collection, I have to tell you. That is some gorgeous stuff he's got there, man. Yeah, maybe we'll do that one night as well. That looks like a good little collection. Ben Bars, the actor, talks darkness music and wanting to be a superhero. I've never heard of him. Who is he? Greatest Hits. Prince Caspian, Waterworld. Okay, fine. So good looking bloke. This, I can't remember if I ever saw this. This would look really interesting. This one has got the guy who did the Winona Ryder Alien movie. Was it Alien 4? I think. The Job. City of Lost Children. I think I saw it. It's really bizarre and really disturbing, right? Is it just coming out on Blu-ray or something? This is an interesting little feature about it. City of Lost Children is available to buy on 4K UHD, DVD, and digital download now. Digital now. That's interesting. That's worth a look in. That is worth a look in. Not as much as worth looking as a reprints of Looking, which I wish we had. What is this? Inner Space Explorer. Okay, she's an author. I love what they're doing over at Cutaway Comics. I wish I could get. I should get in contact with them to get PDFs so I could review them, because I would like to get them the favor of reviews. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm waiting till it comes out on Disney Plus, but it looks like it's pretty good, right? I'm looking forward to it. They've all been strong movers. I like everything James Gunn does. Looks like it's been probably the most successful thing that Marvel's going to put out since Spider-Man No Way Home. Beau is Afraid. What is this? Divisive of the word unknown around, thrown around a lot, particularly with the work of a certain filmmaker. Until now, Ari Aster's horror-focused output has skirted the edges of both Hereditary and Midsommar. Oh God, people hated that movie. It freaks people out. I know. I'm not going to go and see a movie that might just like wind me up and disturb me for a long time, right? With no good reason. So, how many episodes of this did they review? Because I love this show, Silo. Silo is excellent. I will do the review of episode 3 tomorrow. Right, Silo is freaking excellent. Very, very good world building, right? Mandalorian season 3, I didn't like that. I wonder why. The Ark season 1, they didn't like that either. It got renewed for season 2. What's it on? It's on Sci-Fi. Oh, they like Picard. Right, they do like Picard. And Star Wars Visions Volume 2. Maybe I'll check that out. I know. Dead Ringers I wasn't into. The Power. Again, not really for me. Don't know what it is. Not interested. Repulsion. Okay. Weird movie from the 60s. And a bunch of stuff I'm not really that interested in. Okay. Ant-Man 2 Quantumania. It's shit. Full circle. I kind of remember this movie. I have no idea what it's about. Yeah, I think I saw this at some point. But I can't remember what it's about. Peter Pan and Wendy, not interested. Disney Plus, go away. All these things look bad, right? All these things look bad. Not The Cabin. No idea what that is. I think it was supposed to be quite good. Picnic at Hanging Rock. Wow, there's a reissue of that out now on Blu-ray. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. I would have thought that would get a look at in SFX. I've never seen it, but I'm surprised it did. The Resurrection of Charles Manson gets 1 star. 1 full star. Okay. Airside, they love it. No idea what it's at. Oh, Christopher Priest novel. No, what? It's hardly surprised they like it, right? Scarlet, I don't know what any of this stuff is. So it's not really for me. 19 Claws and a Blackbird. Yeah, man, I'm really bored with all of this stuff. Nothing is interesting me at all. Apart from a Christopher Priest interview. That I would read. The Avengers of War Across Time. Paul Levitz is writing. Get out of here. Alan Davis is doing the art. Blimey, that is old school. That really is old school. And Sergeant Strong. That must be like the legacy thing. Scarlet Witch. Oh, look. I bet she's gay now. Of course, that makes sense. Bloodline. Daughter of Blade. Piss off. Leave me alone. I went by Danny Law. If you don't know Danny Law got 4 stars, that you know this this review is completely bogus, right? Yeah, all this Steve Orlando's also shit. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Nah, not really interested. I mean, maybe I'll read the review of that. They like Dalek's Genesis of Terror. Okay. And the Ninth Doctor. Yeah, their opinions were shit though. Okay, and then it's about Secret Invasion next month on sale June 14th. Mighty Mouse, here I come to save the day. Quantum, a new British comics anthology. First fantastic. That's gonna bomb. Bi-monthly Billy Hurrick available from W. Smith throughout the UK and I. Ask your news agent to order a copy. Time Bomb Comics. That's gonna bomb so hard. Oh shit. Why not just burn the money now? I mean, oh, man, that looks really bad. Yeah, Time Bomb Comics. Let's go look at Time Bomb Comics because boy, I think they might name themselves wrong. TimeBombComics.com. Yeah, let's leave. Oh, no. Cancel. We're on the wrong thing. That was nearly a really dumb move I did. Anyway, Time Bomb Comics. Man, I've never seen an ad that made me go, shit, that looks awesome, awful. I got to avoid that. Hang on. And I feel bad ranking on it. I mean, they're a small company, obviously. But, like, a new physical comic anthology, which will be available when you learn more. Let's see let's have a look at some of the artwork in it. Launches it in April. Well, dude, it's all about the artwork, Doc. Fuck me, really? Oh, I see. So they're a digital company, essentially, right? Looks like it. Is it like print on demand? Yeah, this Escape the Eternal Inside, and this must be digital at $2. Look inside. I'm trying to look inside the issue. But how do I look inside the issue? It says look inside the issue. I'm trying to. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you could show me more of the actual like artwork. But this must be digital. Okay, so $2 for digital. I mean, how many pages is it? I honestly, I wish them well. Okay, I'm sorry to rank on them, but like, wow, that look, it doesn't look like the quality of products is there yet to me. Right? This looks, I don't know, but still for $2. It depends how long it is, how many pages. But there's really not enough. I mean, there's not enough information, right? Although the cut, yeah, look, this is black and white was way better. Quantum time. Yeah, I'm sorry, that kind of fails. Anyway, Colin Archer says he bailed on the after the first Mission Impossible movie being so detached from its source material, so being so disrespectful. And I do agree with you, right? I do agree with you. Yeah. However, the Mission Impossible series did develop into its own identity, I think, over 2 or 3 movies. And that identity in its own right is really excellent. So, okay, in terms of the first one, it sets up a lot of the template for the series without necessarily getting it right. Right? It's Tom Cruise doing incredible stunts with like high-paced action. It's just not that great, right? It's pretty good, but it's nearly forgettable. But I mean, it's saved by they very purposely hired Brian De Palma to direct it because they wanted it to be not forgettable, right? And yes, you're right that they did take a piss on Jim Phelps. I understand what you're saying completely, right? Those were massive mistakes. Now, Mission Impossible 2, they rebooted, but it was not a particularly strong reboot. It was a good action movie for the 2000s. Thandie Newton is good in it. The tone is good, right? It's an Ang Lee movie. I believe it's Ang Lee, right? But still, it hasn't found its own identity yet at this point, right? When you hit Mission Impossible 3, that's a J.J. Ames movie. That's when it pulls itself together. That's when it pulls itself. It creates its own identity. And so it's interesting. So here you see him have serious relationships with people, and you get much more into the character of Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, and much more of an understanding of who he is. Again, this is where the series really comes together. This is perhaps one of the best spy movie genres from this number 3 onwards. Again, 1 and 2 are solidly watchable movies, right? But it's 3, right, where he gets into he's getting married, and it's an interesting point in life. And yeah, you have Mission Impossible turns and surprises. I think that's the one in the Vatican. It's got what's his name? Ian Seymour Hoffman, Michael Seymour Hoffman. I can't remember as the main. Philip Seymour Hoffman, right, as the main villain, who is fantastic, right? Kerry Russell was in it as like a student. But this time they've got their stable people that's in every movie, which is Ving Rhames, Tom Cruise, and Simon Pegg, right? But so again, by the time you get to Mission Impossible, I think it's probably on Netflix. It's worth watching, right? It is really worth. Now it's worked out what it is. Now, when you get to Ghost Protocol, there were some quite heavy elements, right? Like at the end of Mission Impossible 3, right? That happens to his life. And when you get to number 4, all those are seemingly forgotten, completely forgotten, and they were important stuff until the end of the movie where they explain it, and it doesn't really feel like it works, but you get a feeling they needed to reset the character to be able to move forward. And they do, but it's still the same character, and it's much darker at this point. You feel like he's coming through a dark period of life. Fantastic action. I mean, oh my God. Delivering every step of the way. There's a great sequence where he's climbing up the side of the skyscraper in Mumbai or somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, this is very India friendly. The villain is a bit weak in this one. They should have had a scene setting him up being like a army assassin or something other than Electra. But yeah, so then so that was the first of the Christopher McGuire ones, right? So he got So it is no, this is Brad Bird directed 4, right? So his assistant, I think, Christopher McGuire did 5, 6, and 7, and they are freaking excellent. Okay, but by this point, you have a recurring family of characters. Introduced in this one is Rebecca Ferguson and Sean Harris as Solomon Lane, the villain. Absolutely incredible, genuine special effects. Special stunts. Tom Hanks literally hangs off the side of a freaking plane, right, in this movie, at the beginning of this movie. All the characters are recognizable as the characters. This one's a little bit too long, right? It could have been trimmed by about 20 minutes. Jeremy Renner's in this one as a good new addition, but I think it was in this one and the one before, right? And then you had Fallout, which is the best one. It has you know what? Fallout's probably a good one to start with because the first 20 minutes has the perfect Mission Impossible mission. Right, and you don't realize you're watching it until after mission, which is the perfect Mission Impossible mission. It really, really is fantastic. You have Henry Cavill in it, who's fantastic. Everything about this is great. You bring back Rebecca Ferguson, who's very good, and you add into it Vanessa Kirby as this arms dealer, sexy arms dealer. It's fantastic, mate. I mean, this is perhaps one of the greatest movie series around, right? I think it's better that it only has a few entries, right? It was a very specific bit that made you mad. Good evening, Mr. Hunt. I know. Oh, God. I know exactly the moment. I know, right? They made a mistake, right? But what was it? 10 years later, they got the movie series right, and it delivers very strong entertainment, right? But yeah, Mission Impossible, was it Fallout, which is 1, 2, 3, it's number 6. That calls back to number 3, it calls back to number 4, and it does so in a strong way, right? Good villain again, good plot, good stakes. Everything about it is good, right? Genuinely great entertainment. Fine with that quick wrap up of the Mission Impossible, which is why I'm excited for Mission Impossible, the new one coming out, and the one next year. Again, top-notch entertainment. Can't rate it highly enough. Tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow I'm doing my shorter show. Will I be doing a Silo review tomorrow? I don't know. I know what we're doing. Maybe we'll do a review. Maybe we will do a Silo review tomorrow. I don't know. Next week, I'm going to be... it's a pre-record on Friday. It's going to be the Jewish holiday of Shavuot. Happens on Thursday night. Shavuos. The holiday of cheesecake. Quite excited about that. And then it goes straight into Sabbath, so I can't stream on Thursday day, right? Which is what I normally do. But there you go. Marketing nowadays is so out of touch with what they think of real value. Star Wars is in serious trouble. I think the immediate future were quite good, right? I think Dave Filoni and Favreau are hanging around just in case everything goes tits up, right? And then they can rescue Star Wars and be on how to do that. I think there are many years until they get to, codifying the turgid sequel trilogy. Fine. With that thought, I'm going to wrap up. 45 minutes ago, in 45 minutes of time, Dan will be starting. I'm quite looking forward to his stream. I think I will be there and chat. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to say thank you. Good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you, and the Wizzy will.